In the blackest corners of the ocean, where no sunlight dares enter, and life folds in upon itself in strange and impossible forms, drifts a creature that quietly shatters everything we know about death. It has no brain, no heart, no bones, no blood. It cannot think, it cannot reason, and yet it performs a biological miracle so profound it makes human science look primitive. This is the jellyfish.
This is unthinkable nature, where the wild defies logic and science reveals why.
To most people, jellyfish are little more than gelatinous blobs, transparent, pulsing, beautiful, but mostly passive. Children dodge them on beaches, scientists scoop them into nets, tourists fear their sting. But beneath that delicate dome lies a truth so astonishing, so wildly unnatural, that it doesn't just challenge our understanding of biology, it breaks it. Because one species, Turritopsis dohrnii, known as the immortal jellyfish, has figured out how to live forever. In nearly every living creature on Earth, life follows a single direction: birth, growth, aging, death. It is the one law nature never negotiates. Trees die, whales die, insects, bacteria, even stars. But the immortal jellyfish refuses. When this jellyfish experiences starvation, physical injury, or stress, it does something unthinkable. It reverses its own life cycle. Its adult cells transform into a polyp, the infant stage of its species. It becomes younger, not metaphorically, literally. The cycle resets. Imagine a human adult reverting into a baby, then growing up again, then repeating the process indefinitely. Now imagine it happening inside a creature with no brain. This is not science fiction. This is molecular fact. Under a microscope, scientists watched it happen again and again and again. No disease, no senescence, no decay, just a soft, floating organism that doesn't follow the rules. You might think a creature that evades death would be huge or aggressive or dominant. But Turritopsis dohrnii is smaller than your pinky nail. It drifts passively in warm oceans, often unnoticed. It has no eyes, no nervous system, and yet it performs a biological function that the most advanced scientists on Earth cannot replicate in a lab. Why? Because it doesn't need to understand. It doesn't need intention. Evolution has encoded within its cells a program to cycle backward, a quiet rebellion against entropy itself. Its secret lies in cellular transdifferentiation, the ability for one type of cell to morph into another. A muscle cell becomes a nerve. A digestive cell becomes skin. In humans, this is incredibly rare. In this jellyfish, it's routine. In fact, the only thing this jellyfish appears to fear is being eaten. Pause for a moment. The jellyfish has no brain, yet it manages to coordinate swimming, hunting, reproduction, and now time reversal. How? In place of a brain, jellyfish use a decentralized nerve net, a primitive system that senses touch, light, and orientation. It's not thought as we know it. It's not even instinct. It's automation. They are biological robots, but robots with magic under the hood. In some species, like the box jellyfish, this nerve net supports 24 complex eyes capable of forming images, all without a central processor. Imagine that, a creature that sees without knowing it sees. Even in their simplicity, jellyfish have achieved levels of survival we still don't understand. They've been around for over 500 million years, older than dinosaurs, insects, or even trees. And then there are the killers. Some jellyfish don't just cheat death, they deliver it instantly. The irukandji jellyfish, for example, is barely the size of a thumbtack, almost invisible in water. One brush of its microscopic tentacles can unleash excruciating pain, nausea, vomiting, muscle cramps, brain hemorrhage, and, in extreme cases, cardiac arrest. There is no antivenom, no cure. One scientist stung while wearing a wetsuit said it felt like dying while on fire inside your own bones. But here's what's worse. The sting itself is often unfelt. Victims begin to feel symptoms only minutes later, when it's already too late. Jellyfish don't pursue, they don't choose, they simply drift. But inside that mindless drift is a passive, automatic lethality. Life and death delivered by a creature that doesn't even know what those words mean. In recent decades, jellyfish populations have exploded. From the Mediterranean to Japan to the Gulf of Mexico, blooms of jellyfish have swarmed coastlines, crippled fisheries, shut down nuclear power plants by clogging cooling systems, and devastated ecosystems. Why? Overfishing, warming oceans, and collapsing predator populations have opened the door for jellyfish to rise. They are not taking over in the way wolves or crocodiles would. There is no intention, no competition, just multiplication. When conditions are right, a single jellyfish can clone itself into thousands. They are unkillable in practice, untraceable in motion, and unstoppable in swarms. One Japanese bloom weighed over 500 million tons, enough to crush boats and destroy equipment across miles of open water. They are not our enemy, but they are winning. The deeper you go, the stranger jellyfish become. Down past the twilight zone, in the abyssal plains, live species that generate their own light, bioluminescent pulses in total darkness. Some use this light to attract prey, others to communicate, still others to mimic predators and scare off attackers. The Atolla jellyfish, when attacked, launches a blinking red alarm spiral that can be seen by deep-sea predators, hoping something bigger will eat its attacker before it gets eaten. One prey species calling for help by summoning something even worse. Even more bizarre, some jellyfish can clone themselves after being sliced in half. Each half regenerates into a new individual, meaning killing it may only multiply it. Some scientists joke that jellyfish aren't even individuals, they're programs running on ocean water, not life as we know it. The jellyfish is not one thing. It is hundreds of species, from the immortal Turritopsis to the deadly irukandji to the monstrous lion's mane, which can grow tentacles 120 feet long, longer than a blue whale. It is predator and prey, ancient and futuristic, fragile and deadly. It's an enigma that makes even evolutionary biologists nervous. What do you call something that doesn't age, doesn't think, doesn't die, and yet outlives everything? There is no good answer, but maybe that's the point. Jellyfish are not here to fit into our definitions of life. They are here to remind us that the rules are illusions, that the deepest laws of biology can bend, that death is not always inevitable, and that somewhere, drifting silently in the midnight black of the ocean, a creature with no brain may already know how to outlive us all.